Hi, this is Brian. Welcome to our channel. And today, we're going to share another shocking story that might shake up your faith harder. Text me when you get home, XX. Do you remember this text screenshot from WhatsApp, which was trending a lot in 2021? In March 2021, a lot of people shared this text screenshot online, particularly in the first and second week. Normally, social media trends are fun and don't last long, but some turn out to be extremely tragic, with some horrific stories to tell, leaving lasting effects. And this was one of them. But what could be the real story behind such a normal and comforting WhatsApp message? To know about it, we need to go 2 years back in time, to the night of March 3rd in the streets of London. On that night, a 33-year-old beautiful woman named Sarah Everard had been visiting a friend in Clapham and was on her way home to Brixton Hill, which was about a 50-minute walk. She left her friend's place around 9 p.m. and talked to her boyfriend, Josh Loth, on the phone for about 15 minutes while walking. Sarah tried to stay on well-lit streets and stick to busy main roads, but unfortunately, she never made it home. She went missing that night. Sarah, originally from New York, was working in London as a marketing executive. According to her family and friends, she was a kind and caring person, always there for them when needed. She was about to receive a promotion at her workplace to the position of senior marketing account manager, and she was quite excited about it. But things took a dark turn when her boyfriend reported her missing on March 4th. She was last seen walking from Clapham in South London, England. The police were told she was then wearing a green rain jacket, navy blue pants, and a white diamond pattern, and orange and turquoise shoes. She also had on a white beanie and possibly green earphones. The London police launched an extensive investigation to find Sarah, focusing on the area where she was last seen. Unfortunately, they couldn't find any leads. To aid in the search, the police sought the public's help through social media. A tweet went out asking Londoners if they had seen Sarah Everard. The police expressed concern, and a CCTV picture of her circulated online. This online exposure marked the beginning of a shocking and disturbing case that captured public attention. During the investigation, they saw Sarah on a doorbell camera footage at around 9:28 p.m. The police realized it was the time at which she went missing. Her family, including her dad Jeremy, a professor at the University of York, and her mom, Sue, traveled from New York to London to join her siblings James and Katie in searching for her. On March 7th, the case was handed over to Scotland Yard due to its complications. They searched about 750 houses in South London, hoping to find Sarah safe. They also checked ponds and local drains, thinking they might find her body there. People called the police more than 120 times with several tips. They even used dogs to search gardens along the streets where Sarah was last seen. But all these efforts didn't lead to any clues about where Sarah might be. There was no sign of her anywhere. But around midnight on March 9th, almost 6 days after Sarah went missing, the police arrested 2 people. The first one was a 48-year-old police constable named Wayne Couzens, suspected of kidnapping, though there was no solid evidence found against him. The second person was a woman in her 30s who was arrested for allegedly helping the offender. She was later reportedly released on bail. But some news sources speculate that this woman might be Wayne Couzens' wife, Elena Couzens, a 38-year-old scientist from Ukraine and Britain. However, it's unclear what role, if any, that woman played in Sarah's disappearance. On March 10th, they finally found a body in the woods in Ashford, Kent, more than 50 miles from where Sarah was last seen. They used dental records to confirm it was Sarah 2 days later. This sudden news dealt a devastating blow to her family and the public, who had hoped she would be found alive. On that same day, the arrested 48-year-old police constable, Wayne Couzens, was charged with kidnapping and murdering Sarah Everard. But what actually happened on March 3rd, 2021, and how did the police end up with Couzens? To unravel the mystery, let's go back to that fateful night again and check out the full story of this tragic end. It all started on February 28th, 2021, instead of March 3rd. That day, Wayne Couzens rented a white Vauxhall car in Dover, using his personal information and bank card. Even though there was no clear reason for him to rent a car, he also chose the Vauxhall model because it looked like a police vehicle. In the investigation later, it was revealed that Couzens already had a plan to engage in foul play. Additionally, he purchased a roll of self-adhesive film labeled as a carpet protector on Amazon. On March 3rd, after finishing a 12-hour shift at the U.S. Embassy in London at 7 p.m., he went to Kent to pick up the rented car. At around 9:23 p.m., he eventually arrived in Clapham. Definitely, he was off duty the whole time. At approximately 9 p.m., Sarah Everard also left her friend's house near Clapham Junction. She walked along the A205 South Circular Road towards her home in Brixton Hill, which was about 2.5 miles away. At 9:28 p.m., she was seen on a doorbell camera on Poinders Road, and 4 minutes later, she appeared on the dash cam of a passing police car. Meanwhile, Couzens had also parked his car on the sidewalk there and coincidentally crossed paths with Sarah Everard at around 9:34 p.m. With evil intent in mind, he stopped her, showed her a police card, and then handcuffed her. Couzens might have told Everard that she was getting arrested for breaking a COVID rule during a strict lockdown. Everard might not have known all the rules, so Couzens could have made up one to make the arrest seem legit. During this time, they were caught on police cameras twice. First time at 9:35 p.m., showed them next to Couzens' car. The second time, 3 minutes later, showed the rented car's license plate. The camera also caught Couzens showing his police car to her. Couple in a passing car also saw the scene, but they didn't realize it was a kidnapping. The woman in the car noticed a man handcuffing Sarah, who seemed compliant with her head down. After that, Couzens and Everard got in the car and drove to Kent. The route was later traced using cameras. They went through London's South Circular Road, then the A20, and finally the M20. At 11:43 p.m., Couzens and Everard arrived in Dover and hopped into Couzens' seat car. Between 11:53 p.m. and 12:57 a.m. on March 4th, Couzens' car connected to cell sites in Sibbertswold area, suggesting that this is when he raped Everard. 2 hours later, Couzens bought drinks at a Dover patrol station, likely after strangling Everard with his police duty belt. He then drove to Hodes Wood near Ashford, and CCTV caught his car between 3:22 a.m. and 6:32 a.m. After that, he went back to Dover, switched back to his rental car, and returned it at 8:26 a.m. After returning the rental car, Couzens drove his personal car to Sandwich, Kent, and got rid of Everard's phone in one of the town's watercourses at 9:21 a.m. Later that day, Everard's boyfriend contacted the police, reporting her as missing. After the murder happened, Couzens told his senior colleagues that he was stressed and didn't want to carry a gun anymore. On March 5th, around 11 a.m., he bought petrol at a Whitfield service station, and then he went to Hodes Wood to burn Everard's body in a fridge. To make things worse, Couzens got 2 big builder's bags from B&Q. On March 7th, he used one of the bags to dump Everard's remains in a pond at Hodes Wood. The next day, he took a sick leave, giving back his police items, including his belt and handcuffs. The investigation took a turn on March 9th, 2021, when Couzens was first arrested at his home in Deal for suspected kidnapping, based on bus CCTV footage. About 40 minutes before his arrest, he tried to delete all the data from his phone. Though during interrogation, he denied to recognize Sarah Everard in a photo, which led to his release at that time. But he couldn't get away with this for long. Just on that next day, at around 4:20 p.m., a grim discovery unfolded in Hodes Wood as the police found human remains concealed in a sizable builder's bag. The location, merely 100 meters from a plot of land belonging to the accused, Cousins, added a chilling dimension to the investigation. At the same time in Dover, the police searched the area around a former body repair garage connected to Cousins' family. This garage is located on top of the famous White Cliffs. On that day, things changed a lot. Cousins was arrested again for murder of Sarah Everard. The situation got more serious on March 11th when Cousins went to the hospital, saying he got a head injury in jail. This made it seem like something bad happened to him when he was alone in his cell. 2 days later, detectives made a significant breakthrough. It was revealed that Cousins, alongside his wife, owned woodland in Ashford. In what seemed like a peaceful place, things got really dark when they found Miss Everett's body inside a burned fridge. The bags found there were the ones used to carry her remains, making the situation even scarier. What was particularly disturbing was that she wasn't wearing her top, coat, and leggings when her body was burned. The results from the post-mortem at William Harvey Hospital show that she died from neck compression. After these shocking events, Cousins was charged with kidnapping, rape, and murder, a dark moment in the quest for justice for Sarah Everard. On March 16th, searches were carried out in forests and underwater to find his phone. 3 months later, on June 8th, Cousins finally admitted guilt for kidnapping and rape, taking responsibility for Everard's death too. He waited for mental health reports before dealing with a murder charge, and on July 9th, he pleaded guilty to murder. In September 2021, Cousins was sentenced to life imprisonment with no parole. Currently serving time in HM Prison Franklin, he faces additional charges of indecent exposure. In February 2023, he even pleaded guilty to 3 other criminal activities in Kent. The revelation that Cousins was a police officer was described by London police as shocking and deeply disturbing. Sarah Everard's tragic death shocked the UK, particularly as her alleged assailant was a police officer, breaking trust in protectors. The incident prompted discussions on harassment, leading to the Reclaim These Streets gathering, marred by violence and resulting in arrests. Prime Minister Boris Johnson pledged $62 million for safety measures and increased undercover police. The global impact included a social media movement and the viral message, "Text me when you get home, XX," sparking broader conversations on women's safety, the need for societal change. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's spark a meaningful conversation. Thanks for watching, guys. This was Brian with you. Don't miss out on the upcoming shocking tales. Hit that subscribe button now.